Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Here in the UK, summer has decided to turn up just a little bit earlier and it is super warm at the moment. One of the first things I change up in my skincare routine as we move from the cooler winter months through to the warmer summer ones is my moisturiser. I have super oily and acne prone skin, so I want a really lightweight moisturiser that still delivers a meaningful level of hydration. I don't want it to clog my pores or break me out, and that can be really difficult to find. But don't worry, because through trial and error over the past couple of years, I've really honed in on what I think are the best moisturisers for oily skin. I want to share them with you in today's video. So sit back, relax, and let's start the best summer moisturisers. Now, before we get into this video, just a really quick caveat, and that's to say, not everybody in the world is going to be moving into summer. I'm aware of that. If you're living in the southern hemisphere, you're probably doing the opposite and noticing those days getting a little bit cooler as you move into winter. But don't worry, because I actually recently filmed my favourite winter moisturisers video, which I'll leave a link to up there. So no matter whether you're going into summer, into winter, there's a video out there to help you find your perfect moisturiser. When it comes to moisturisers, even in summer, I know people with very dry skin types might still want to go for something thick and occlusive, so always bear that in mind. Whilst today I'm talking about super lightweight moisturisers that work beautifully for oily or combination skin, if you have a drier skin type, you might still want to dial up that occlusivity and go for a thicker cream even in summer. It's all about matching the products that you reach for to your individual skin type, so always bear that in mind. Before we get into things, just a quick reminder to do all those YouTubey things. If you haven't already, if you could reach down and give this video a big thumbs up and a like, it supports me and the channel so much, and I'm always really grateful. Also, I'd love to know what your personal recommendations are when it comes to moisturisers. What are your current holy grails? Leave me a comment, because I love to read your recommendations, and they do really shape the products that I try in the future. Now, with all that being said, shall we cut the waffle and just delve straight on in? Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will probably have noticed that I filmed a video similar to this exactly 12 months ago, where I talked about my favourite summer moisturisers 2021. A lot has changed. I've discovered some new brands, some new products that I think might actually perform better than those previous recommendations, which is why I wanted to do this update video for you guys today. I will leave a link to that original video in the description box if you did want to check it out. But two moisturisers have come with me from summer 2021 into summer 2022, and I still love them, and it's these two. Let's start with this. This is the Vegreen Daily Moisture Cream, one of my absolute favourites. I keep this in the fridge for that instant cooling and just, you know, that soothing on the skin. That's a hack you could do with any water-based moisturisers, just when those really hot days, just bring a calm and cool to your life. This is so good. First and foremost, it's vegan, so if you're living a plant-based lifestyle, that's going to be a tick in the box for you. It's a really reasonable price point for such a beautiful formulation, and it's packed full of lots of skincare goodies to calm and soothe the skin, as well as leave a meaningful level of hydration. I am fed up of reaching for oily skin recommended moisturisers, but I only have them sink in, and then you think, did I actually put anything on the skin at all? I'm as dry as I was before. You don't get that with this product. It disappears like that, so it doesn't leave a film on the skin, but it leaves behind this beautiful level of hydration and a certain calmness to the skin, which I absolutely love. Definitely would recommend Vegreen, and this comes in a consistency of like a gel cream hybrid, meaning it's a really nice texture to include in your skincare routine. It's fragrance free for anyone that wants to minimise the fragrance in their skincare routine, so it's great for sensitive skin. Just all around like a ding holy grail cream. I loved it last year, and I love it just as much this year. If you're looking for something that's even lighter than that Vegreen moisturiser, you can check this out. This is the Blithe Pressed Serum. They do two different fragrances. This is the Crystal Ice Plant one, which is my absolute favourite. It's just divine. If you can see the texture of that, it's a pure gel rather than a gel cream hybrid like that Vegreen one, but it just glides onto the skin. It disappears, and it's so cooling and soothing on the skin. I absolutely love this one. Again, I keep it in the fridge like I do a lot of my gel moisturisers for that instant cooling, and I also find that having that slight cold compress from that moisturiser does minimise the appearance of any puffiness or inflammation in the skin, which kind of just has an added benefit. I love this. I loved it last year, still loving it now, and the fragrance on this, so uplifting, so refreshing for your morning skincare routine. Just a total holy grail that I love. Now, those are the products that I've carried forward from last year, but I do have a couple of new products that I want to share with you that I'm absolutely loving. As with the two that I've just covered, none of these broke me out or added to the congestion in my skin. Now, everyone's skin and everyone's acne and breakouts is different and triggered by different things, so bear that in mind and always listen to what your skin's saying. But I'm super acne prone even at age 35, and I definitely noticed if I use the wrong moisturiser, my skin becomes more prone to blackheads and congestion, which then leads to breakout. It's like a vicious cycle. And I've been putting these through their paces for a good couple of months because that's really the time it takes to work out whether they are causing any of those problems. And I can say from my own skin that isn't the case, which is why I'm happy to recommend them to oily, acne-prone skin types. First up, let's talk this. This is the Me Plus Salicylic Acid Body Gel. Now, this is available at Superdrug here in the UK, and this whole tube cost me £3.80. Doesn't get more drugstore than that, which I love, because moisturizers, you know, as long as they don't have too many active ingredients in, shouldn't actually be costing much more than like £5 or £10, up to like the $15 price point. If you're paying more than that, you're probably being overcharged, and there's a drugstore equivalent waiting for you to try. This is so good. Now, technically to be used on the body, but it's got a 2% concentration of salicylic acid. So if, like me, you reach for salicylic acid to really just dial back the congestion in the skin and the breakouts, but you want to kind of combine the salicylic acid and the moisturizer in one step, this is a really good product. I've tested it on the skin. There's nothing in here that's a bit too sensitizing for the face, so I honestly would recommend using it the body, the neck, the chest if you have breakouts there, and on the face. Just an all-round holy grail acne friendly moisturizer. Now, this does have a small amount of fragrance in, which I'll call out because not everybody wants a fragrant component to their moisturizer, so it might not be the best for sensitive skin, but for everyone else, this is so good. It goes on like a true gel, but I'd say of all the ones I'm mentioning today, this is probably the most hydrating of all of them. It's just beautiful on the skin. That scent, it's kind of summery. It's a little bit fresh, uplifting. It smells almost a bit like a really floral, like shower gel or body wash, which I quite like. It's really nice for summer. It glides onto the skin, and whilst this of all of the ones does leave a very slight film on the skin, sometimes if you're looking for something a bit more nourishing and hydrating, that's not always a bad thing. But I do want to call that out so you can see the differences between the different products. This I love. It's great if you have pre-existing blackheads or congestion, because that salicylic acid will just get to work on flushing all that out of your pores. And for the amount of product you get for literally £4, you cannot argue with that. Such a holy grail summer favourite. Now, if the idea of putting a body treatment product on the face isn't for you, and I do know some people, particularly if they've had periods of sensitivity with the skin, won't want to go down that route, and that's absolutely fine. Another fantastic moisturiser for the face is this. This is the Altruist Dermatologist Moisturising Fluid. I mention this all the time, again, because it's beautifully drugstore. This is like £4.50. You don't get quite as much as with that salicylic acid one from Superdrug, but this is available globally, which I like, super accessible, and I do think you get a really beautiful formulation with this. So in here, you've got so many hydrators and botanicals which are going to nourish the skin, prevent any redness or irritation, but also add a meaningful level of hydration back into the skin. You've also got urea, which is a fantastic humectant, which is going to draw in and retain moisture within itself, but also urea has like that double benefit. It also removes some of the hard proteins in the skin, the keratin plugs, which can cause texture, bumps, and exacerbate breakouts and acne. So if you're looking for something that's going to soften the skin, hydrate you to the gods, not break you out, be perfect for summer, and super lightweight, you've got it all in one in this product. I was so bowled over with the performance of this when I first reached for it towards the end of summer last year. I've always got a couple of tubes on order. I honestly wish they did this in like a gallon tub, because I would bathe in it if I could. It's just so wonderful, and it's got a little amount of hyaluronic acid here. Brands, take note. All brands put too much hyaluronic acid in their product, and if you use it in too high a concentration, it can lead to redness, peeling, and exacerbate the dryness that you have. This has a 0.5% concentration of hyaluronic acid, so you're getting all the benefits of this wonderful humectant without the side effects that you could see if it's in a higher concentration. Altruist just nailed it with this, and it's a beautiful summer moisturizer. Now, next up on the list is this. This is the Krave Oh So Simple Water Cream. Now, this is the most expensive of all the products I'm going to mention in today's video, so bear that in mind, because again, I always say match your moisturizer to your individual skin type, but also to your budget. Moisturizers aren't products that you should be overpaying for. Don't stretch yourself to reach for a higher price moisturizer than you can afford. There's so many great drugstore options, but if you don't mind paying a little bit more to get a little bit more, I do think this is my favorite of all the Krave products. This is an oat-based moisturizer, which is great because oats calm and soothe the skin, reduce inflammation. You know, in summer, our skin is exposed to higher UV radiation. All those rays hit the skin and can stress it out and cause some irritation and some excess inflammation in the skin. So even though you should be using a good broad spectrum sunscreen, this is just a nice addition to calm and soothe everything down. I personally use this in my evening skincare routine because I think that's where it shows most benefit of those calming and soothing oats, but you absolutely can use it in the morning. It layers beautifully under makeup and sunscreen. It's just an all-round amazing product. Like I say, you have to pay a lot more to get this, but I think that addition of the oat is just a really nice addition that's going to give some added benefits for the skin. Now finally, I want to share with you this product. This is the Relax and Repair by Jaxon Lane. This is a fantastic, fantastic summer moisturiser if you want a little ceramide action in your life. Now ceramides can weigh a product down, make it appear thicker and more occlusive, which means often the summer moisturisers, the gel ones, don't have ceramides within them. I love ceramides, and I covered the reasons why I think they're an amazing ingredient to include in your skincare routine in a recent video, which I'll link up there. But finding a summer moisturiser that contains ceramides can be a little bit tricky. But don't worry, Jaxon Lane have got you covered. This is beautifully formulated with ceramides. It's got some allantoin to calm and soothe. It's got some really nice humectants to draw and retain moisture in the skin. It's got some botanicals to also just dial back any inflammation or redness that you have in the skin. All around, it's a star performer for summer. And whilst I'd say it's on the thicker side of the ones that I referenced today, it still disappears without a trace into the skin, doesn't weigh you down at all, and is beautiful for summer. This is the one that I'd recommend if you want something that's infused with those ceramides for the added barrier support, and you don't mind something that comes in with a little bit thicker cream than a traditional summer moisturiser, but still disappears without a trace and no tackiness on the skin, and honestly delivers the most beautiful amount of hydration. A real standout performer, and one that I know I'll be coming back to time and time again. So there you have it, guys. A rundown of my favourite summer moisturisers and the best moisturisers for oily skin. With all that being said, wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.